If motivation actually worked the way we were taught, you wouldn't feel like you keep starting over. You would wake up energized, focused, ready to go. But as you know, that's not how real life works. Motivation is inconsistent. It's emotional. It depends on how you slept, how your body feels, what feedback you got yesterday. And when you build a life or business on motivation alone, what you really build is exhaustion. I've seen this personally, especially while building my work across different countries, time zones, and different seasons of life. Some mornings I felt deeply aligned and excited. Other mornings I still had to show up, not because I felt inspired, but because something mattered. And that's when I realized something important. If motivation were the requirement, nothing meaningful would ever last. In this video, I want to reframe motivation, explain why it keeps letting you down, and show you what actually sustains momentum when life gets heavy. Cheers! Most people aren't lazy. They're just using the wrong fuel. Maybe they just don't drink coffee. That could be why. Because if you drink coffee, life is easier. Just kidding. Motivation was never designed to carry long-term growth. Ooh, you can put any other words here. Long-term goals, long-term success. When I was navigating career transitions, personal health shifts, and trying to build consistency in my work, motivation came and went without letting me know. It comes and goes. What didn't disappear was my responsibility to the life I was building. This conversation isn't about trying harder. You probably heard me saying this multiple times in my previous videos. It's not about pushing you more, it's not about working more. It's about understanding what actually holds things together when energy dips, emotions fluctuate, and life gets real. I've had high motivation seasons, also long stretches where motivation completely disappeared. There were times I loved my routines, and times I questioned everything. And for a long time, I treated low motivation like a personal failure. I even had the moment this morning. First time ever, my alarm didn't ring. Maybe it rang and I didn't realize, didn't hear, or I hit snooze without even realizing it. I had a very bad sleep routine for the past couple of days because I had unexpected events. This morning I was supposed to wake up at 4:30 a.m., meditate, and get ready to go to the gym and join my workout session with my personal trainer at 6 a.m. When I woke up, it was 6:26 a.m. and I felt like a failure. No matter how much you know these things and no matter how you train your mind and everything, you feel like you're late. You feel like you are behind because I have full calendar today. I have things that I need to do, and 1 hour being late for everything can change so many things. So I rushed into the gym, got there around 7:05 a.m. and we did our session, not at 6 a.m. but 7 something a.m. Thankfully, my personal trainer was flexible, so we were able to get it done, but I felt like a failure. So it happens. And if you have some of those unexpected events happen to you recently, just keep this in mind. An hour, 2 hours, a day, 2 days. If you have to postpone stuff and skip some stuff, fine. You're fine. For a long time, I treated low motivation as a personal failure until I realized this. Motivation isn't a strategy. It's a feeling. And feelings fluctuate. That's just how they are. When I was adjusting my health habits, work rhythm, and creative output, waiting to feel like it kept me stuck. What helped me wasn't hype, and it wasn't discipline. It was structure that respected my energy. Feelings fluctuate, structure supports. You might be wondering why motivation fails. Here's why motivation fails consistently. Yes, it's consistent. Motivation depends on your mood, your energy, and external feedback. And life changes those daily. Some days you're confident, some days you're overwhelmed, some days your body cooperates, some days it doesn't. I learned this when consistency mattered more than excitement. Whether that was showing up for work, caring for my health, or staying grounded during stressful periods. That's why relying on motivation creates this cycle. Start, stop. Guilt, restart. That cycle is exhausting, my friend. And it is completely unnecessary. We don't need that in our lives. So if motivation isn't the answer, what is? Momentum. Momentum is structural. It's built into your environment, your systems, and your decisions. Momentum doesn't ask how you feel. It supports you regardless. For me, momentum is simplifying decisions. Not asking, am I inspired today? But asking, what is the smallest aligned action that keeps things moving? I like to follow Amy Landino's tip here. She always talks about it at her YouTube channel. It's creating 3 things to accomplish for the day. Not less, not more, just 3. If I can do these 3 things today, I have won the day. That is the rule, that is the motto. So I always write my goals for the day. Yes, it's a lot, but I always put stars next to 3 things, meaning if I can get these 3 done for today, I have won the day. You can follow this, it helps. Coming back to our topic, momentum is what carries you through busy travel days, low energy weeks, emotionally heavy seasons, without abandoning yourself. So try it and let me know how it goes. There's another question now. Okay, we got the momentum done. How can we keep things consistently? This is where identity comes in. Identity creates continuity. When your actions align with your identity, consistency stops feeling forced. I will say that again. When your actions align with your identity, consistency stops feeling forced. Because it's a part of you. You stop asking, do I feel like this today? And you start asking, what does the version of me I trust do here? At a certain point in my life, I stopped identifying as someone who tries only when motivated and started identifying as someone who shows up with integrity, even gently. That shift changed everything. Identity bypasses emotion. It creates calm follow-through. So let me ask ask you a few honest questions. Where are you relying on motivation instead of structure? What keeps falling apart when your energy dips? What identity are you trying to actually live into? You can pause the video and answer these questions because they are super important. And when you see your answers, it will be way easier for you to start getting more structure in your life. For me, these questions showed where I was overcomplicating things and where I needed more support, not more discipline. Because I'm already very disciplined, and that's how I need to learn, having the structure and momentum rather than being super pushy and disciplined to myself. And maybe that's you. This isn't about pressure, it's about honesty. Be honest with yourself, answer those questions, and real talk with yourself, and you'll see the results pretty soon, effortlessly. And if you're able to build sustainable momentum, it grows inevitably. Simple systems, compassion for your energy, decisions that reduce friction. Like, take my morning as an example for today. Probably my body needed more sleep, just a little more sleep. So I slept in a mysterious way, but I slept. And I don't punish myself because I couldn't wake up, because I didn't follow my discipline. I have the structure. My structure has been still the same, still happening, just an hour postponed structure. It's gentle, it's okay. I will still get those 3 things done, and I will have one day. Not intensity, not willpower. And some of my most consistent seasons didn't look impressive. They looked calm, repeatable, respectful of my capacity. That's how momentum lasts. Motivation will always come and go. Momentum stays when it is rooted in identity and structure. You don't need to feel inspired every day, and you cannot. You need support for the days you don't. So where do you want momentum without waiting for motivation? Tell me in the comments. And make sure you send this video to someone who needs this reminder. Maybe to your go-getter friends, or feeling like they're a failure or behind in life. Send this to them. And if you want to understand deeper how you can be consistent when life gets messy, you can watch the next video. And I'll see you there.